So gentlemen, 10 more minutes. Hi, I'm Andre. I'm currently co-managing Threshold, which is a great pleasure. Well, you know, the band is getting better every day. I mean, we're touring now for 2 months. We're out to South America, North America, Australia, and Asia, and now the band is really getting tight. Everybody's locked into the other.
Don't forget Iceland.
Yeah, Iceland. Reykjavik was 3 weeks in a row. The sports stadium there, and it was amazing response actually.
And Eskimos can win.
Yeah, and all the huskies there. I never knew they could clap at all.
We've wanted to do a DVD for quite a long time now. We tried to organise it during the Critical Mass tour, but it just didn't quite happen. So we decided to go back on the road in 2003 just for a week and record one of those shows instead.
We didn't actually do that much rehearsal. I hate to say.
Rehearsals were a bit more involved this time, as John Dewey had decided he didn't want to continue with the band for now. It involved getting in Steve, a friend of ours, which meant we had to start again almost learning the music, so Nick and I spent some time with him in the studio learning the basics.
Well, it was very challenging at first, having to learn all the tunes from scratch, quite long, complex tunes, but after a few gigs you get in there and it's really good fun.
Rehearsals were a bit tricky this time round because Mac was in Germany, I was in the Czech Republic, so we rehearsed all our parts separately and then we all got together just before the tour in England so we could rehearse as a band.
Most of us set up from thin ice, well, after waiting around for about 3 hours for the bus to turn up.
We did 2 warm-up gigs before the DVD recording. The first was at the Capitol Music Theatre in Paderborn.
Oh yeah, the birthday girl. Can't believe she drove 2 hours with blindfold. Basically some guy came up to me and said, I've got my girlfriend blindfolded in the car.
This guy had driven 150 kilometres and he had his girlfriend with him and she had a blindfold on and she obviously didn't know what was going to happen. He came over to us and he said my girlfriend is a big Threshold fan and he asked if we could sing Happy Birthday to her, you know. We all sat there in front of her, sung Happy Birthday, he took off the blindfold and that was a real big surprise for her. I think she was gobsmacked.
It all went very well and she was very impressed with her boyfriend. I think she had a really good day.
The second show was at Schaffenburg at the Colossal, which is a fantastic venue, great little club, very well run. That was a fantastic gig, the crowd were brilliant.
A very lively audience, a very small sweaty club and it was generally really enjoyable.
After Schaffenburg, it was a drive to Zoetermeer. 2 days to set up and record the DVD.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm the guitar technician here on the tour. Basically, I look after all the guitars. I set all the equipment up in the morning, change strings, clean everything up, make sure everything works properly, repair anything that's broken, which, fingers crossed, nothing's been broken so far. Basically just make sure during the show that everything is working properly. I do all the guitar changes, as both Nick and Carl changed guitars a few times during the show. I've known them all for quite a few years now, so I played bass in Mindfeed, Glyn Morgan's band after he left. So I met all the guys through that. It's my first time out on the road with them, and it's good fun, you know, having fun. They're all really nice guys, great to work with, great music, you know, what more could you want? It's fantastic.
My name is David Sievers. I'm from Germany and I'm doing sound for Threshold on this tour. I'm really happy because the local sound guys do monitors and I have enough time to have a look at the front of house sound. So I'm on my own and can do what I want.
Oh, we did it last night a bit. And tomorrow is quite important. It's not worth really boggling up the voice. The sound check. That's why they're all working in there. I'm sitting out here in the sunny room. But we can do a sound check tomorrow anyway for the vocals. I just don't see the point of
We spent the day setting up for the DVD, which is basically like any other day setting up, except instead of only having half an hour to get it all done, we had the whole day. So you end up having to do everything really slowly. You walk slowly, you speak slowly, and you plug in your leads really, really slowly. Because touring's basically just about waiting around and having nothing to do.
On the DVD shoot, we had 2 days. One was meant to be a rehearsal, mainly for the crew, seeing as we'd already done some gigs. But I guess a lot of the first day may have been wasted because the crew didn't turn up to start with, which kind of worried us. But we kept positive and we got the lights together and the venue sorted out and the sound.
One good thing about having the extra time was it gave us a chance to catch up with old friends and fans who'd arrived early. Well, a day early.
The main reason why I felt it was a bit daunting was because a lot of the fans were probably expecting John to be up there playing the bass, and obviously he wasn't there. So I felt a little bit fake at first, but the fans were great. They were really appreciative, really friendly, really accepting, you know, and it was just great.
They were setting up cameras at soundcheck and they were pointing them in your face and stuff. That was a little bit disconcerting, but once you got out there and you were playing the gig and the crowd were there, after the first couple of songs, you tended to ignore them.
Well, you've got to turn it on a bit, but once you get warmed up, it's fine. Carl's really good at spurring you on. He's always got this big grin on his face.
So after the first couple of songs, things started to go really well, and it was a Max normal kind of show, really. He put himself across very well, and he makes a lot of contact with the audience, which is something I really like about his performance.
This is what it's like of being on tour. I mean, if anybody out there is really thinking, oh God, it must be brilliant to be on tour, well, it's not. 95% of the time, you're sitting around in dingy little rooms, waiting for something to happen. 1.5 hours, 2 hours excitement, absolutely, then you go to bed.
I don't think there's such a thing as a normal day on tour, to be honest, but you get in set at about 2, and hopefully there's going to be catering set up, but 10 times out of 10 you'll find the food's going to be cheese or ham rolls. The next thing I normally do is try and find a shower, which is invariably cold or broken, and it's sound check for a little while. If everything's okay, we'll sit down for some dinner, and then you get on with the gig. And that's normally when my gear packs up or something gets busted, and you finish and then get back on the nightliner and head off to the next show. And that's it in a nutshell, really.
Wake up at about 9 o'clock. Wait for the bus to stop moving. Then perhaps wait to get in to the venue. Then you wait to get breakfast. Then you wait to load in the gear. Then you wait to sound check. Then you wait to eat. Then you wait to do the gig. Then you wait to pack up your gear. Then you wait to load it in. Then you wait to leave. And then you wait to get to the next venue.
The best thing about Bochum is you've got something to do on tour, but you've got to build up in layers slowly, otherwise it just falls off. So that's what we're doing now, fixing the bus.
A lot of hanging about, a lot of, well, actually, for the band there's a lot of hanging about. For the crew, well, we're always busy, you know, pampering to their every whim and setting up guitars and setting up t-shirt stands, but you know, for the band it's the good life, but we workers, you know, we earn our keep. It's not the glamorous rock star lifestyle everyone thinks about. Everyone has their own little padded cell about the size of a coffin, which they crawl into every night, or well, early in the morning mostly.
Can be a bit cramped, and there's nowhere often for you to put all your stuff, so there's bags everywhere, beer cans, and Johann's underpants are often hanging up, so you've definitely got to steer clear of those.
We're now entering into the bedding area. Grimes bunk. Now this is absolutely a perfect example of what a bunk should look like. It's clean, to the point, everything's in its place. Probably a luxury apartment in terms of touring.
But down below we'll find quite a different story. Who does this boat belong to?
I think this might be mine, actually.
It's Mr. Doom's bunk.
It's a little difficult to see the back.
What a grease pit.
We did the DVD in Holland, and then we had to drive to the Z7 in Switzerland, which we've been to many times. It was a really long drive, so we were all really tired after that, and it was very hot again. It was kind of anticlimactical after recording the DVD, but you know, the show went really well. Mac had a bit of a problem with his voice, and he thought he might have to stop the show, but like a trooper, he carried on, and I think we got quite a good performance.
Mac's voice was giving him real problems after the DVD show. In fact, he thought he'd have to give up a couple of times at Z7, and then in falling away, his voice just gave out. Anyway, he asked the audience if they thought they could do any better, and, well, they did. Still, it really lifted Mac, spurred him on, and the rest of the night was a blinder.
Today, of course, we've done the Rock Hard Festival, which was probably our shortest set ever. Only managed to do 3 songs, and then the heavens opened.
The Rock Hard Festival was probably our most unusual show ever. The thunderstorms started gathering when we went on stage.
It was the biggest rainfall I've seen for well ever, I think. Thunder and lightning, buckets of rain. It was just too wet to play. The stage was starting to fill with water. Rain was getting on our guitars. The tour manager came on and he said, right, that's it, it's too dangerous, and we had to stop. It's a shame because I think the 3 songs we did were going really well. It is a pity we couldn't go on and finish, but we can't control the weather.
Well, it was a good experience for me. From first time playing with Threshold, making a DVD, some great gigs. Great last gig, playing in the storm. That was great atmosphere. Something that you'll always remember, something people always talk about. Overall, just good fun, you know, and love to do it again.
This hand is mobile, so it's very tiny. Come on, son.
Bernard.